the music. Let's see where we are. As soon as we're up, we're waiting for all of the data streams to start. We're getting ready here, Aspry and I. Hold on. We're on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. We're waiting for you to come on YouTube. Here we go. Can you hear that? We have a new guest today. You're going to enjoy him. Oh, we're busting a move here. They still say that? Birthday.
What was his
Somebody's day. Special way. Shine. Smile. So much style. Ba 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 da ba ba da 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 ba 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 da da. I'm going to say thank you to the Suno Orchestra. I'm Bonnie D. Happy to be here with my new guest co-host. His name is Aspry J. Jones, Jones. Aspry, I met you on one of my other shows a couple months ago, and I said he's a cool guy, and he's going to come and help me with the Happy Birthday show. So I'm happy to welcome you. Would you please tell everybody briefly who you are and what you do, and then we'll get the show started. Go ahead.
Hello there. Thank you for having me, Red. I am Aspry Jones. I am the novelist of Protectors of the Light Crown. I have a long history in television broadcasting in New York City and here in North Carolina. And I'm finally doing what I absolutely was born to do, and that's write books.
Wonderful. What is your book about? Give me a quick overview, please.
Protectors of the Light Crown is a sci-fi fantasy piece with a multiversal twist to it. It's got a lot of alternate reality stuff, a lot of quantum physics, a lot of spirituality, a lot of high fantasy, and a lot of superheroes. It's unlike anything anybody's ever seen or read in the genre of fantasy. But the twist in my book is that, unlike with most fantasy books, it's very diverse. Inclusion is number one.
I like that a lot. I like everything you said. I'd love to see a copy of it. And you're working on your second book now? Is this a sequel? Is this a series or a standalone new book?
The sequel to Protectors of the Light Crown was finished 2 days ago. It's in the editing process. I'm trying to get the book cover done.
Hold on. We need to hold on. There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Applause there. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. Credit where credit is due. We have a lot of sound effects here. I don't always get to use them. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
Well, yeah. And hopefully the new book will be out in summer 2026.
Wonderful. Good to have plans and something to look forward to. Okay, I'm ready to start. Pop the confetti, light the candles fast. I told you not near the computer. It's happy birthday to you, and we hope it's a blast. Bonnie D on her scarlet mic and co-host Aspry J too, dishing celebration gold with a fun point of view. From icons on the screen to social media stars who soar. They are with millions of followers, don't we wish? We'll share what they're known for and some of their pre-fame lore. Wacky holidays you've never known till today, plus music milestones, they're all coming your way. We've got candles and sparklers in the other room. Frosting on the cake. What's your favorite flavor of frosting, Aspry?
Chocolate.
Me too. I'll share it with you. And a delicious blend only the two of us could bake. So buckle up, darlings. A fun show is in store. HB2U is lighting up December 5th. Is it December 5th already? Heck yes! With glam, with BAM, and more. Now, before Aspry and I start alternating down the list with music events, I have something new I've added to the show. And Aspry, I think you'll enjoy this. I researched the #1 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 on December 5th. Every decade starting with 1955. So 1955, 16 Tons by Tennessee Ernie Ford. Do you know that song, Aspry?
16 tons, what do you get?
Another day older and deeper in debt. There you go. And 1965, it was Turn, Turn, Turn to Everything There Is a Season by the Byrds. In 1975, it was That's the Way, I Like It. Remember? Casey and the Sunshine. What a great disco song. I was a disco dancer. In 1985, Mr. Mister had a song called Broken Wings. Do you remember that?
I remember it well.
You do? Okay, that was the top song.
A bummer of a song, but a good song.
There you go. In 1995, Mariah emerged with Boys to Men, and it was One Sweet Day. Then in 2005, it was Run It by Chris Brown featuring Jules Santana. I don't know that song. In 2015, a very famous song, Hello by Adele. I think that makes me cry. And in 2025, this year, I've got two songs, both right around number one, Taylor Swift's The Fate of Ophelia, and the one we all know this time of year, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. I didn't sing that. You want to sing that for me, Asprey? Do you know it better?
I, I don't, but my favorite my favorite version of the song is the Jimmy Fallon and his crew singing it with Mariah Carey. If you don't know that, look it up. YouTube. It's
I'm
your
going to look it up. I bet it's great. I bet it's great. Is that Roots? Is that Jimmy Fallon and
yeah,
Roots or is
boom. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, okay. I'm a big fan of that band. Okay, let's get started. 1968. Asprey and I can take turns. 1968, the Rolling Stones hold a beggars banquet at Elizabeth Rooms in London to promote the release of their new album with the same name. However, somebody took the banquet too seriously and it ended up with a pie fight. I don't know what kind of pie, but I bet it had a lot of whipped cream on it. What do you think, Asprey?
I don't like whipped cream on too many of my pies.
I don't like it in my face.
All
You've got the next one.
right, now 1975, Earth, Wind, and Fire, my brother's favorite group of all time. They came out with uh, Gratitude. It's an album, certified gold, and gratitude is actually one of my favorite words.
Mine too. I do a little gratitude routine when I make my banana milkshake every morning for breakfast.
Oh, nice.
I
Yes.
do. I do. I have a pulse blender, a little Hamilton Beach single serve, 12 ounces, and I hit that pulse and I do blessings and gratitude to each of my members of my family and their families, and then to all the people I know who have somebody in their family who needs help, whether it's physical or otherwise. I do a blessing for them, and then I say thank you for me. What do you
Well,
think of
that's
that?
wonderful. I love that.
Yeah, I started it about a month ago, and it just feels, it just come. One day I said, well, I'm standing here pushing this damn thing, waiting for the frozen strawberries and the bananas and the milk and the agave syrup to all blend. Why not do something useful? And I started doing this little blessing thing. It just, anyway, so let's go to 1975, the same day as Earth, Wind, and Fire. And I love Earth, Wind, and Fire, by the way. Fleetwood Mac's self-titled album, Fleetwood Mac, was certified gold. So we had two albums certified gold that day. That must have been a heck of a day in music, you think?
Yeah, 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 absolutely. 1975, I was three. I missed it. I missed it, but
Don't
but I
rub
was
it
there.
in.
Yeah.
Don't rub it in, honey. Let's go. You've got the next one.
All right, the journalist Phil Sutcliffe takes Stuart Copeland. This was in 1976.
Yep.
Stuart Copeland of the band Curved Air to see a Newcastle band called Last Exit. Sutcliffe introduces Copeland to Last Exit's bass player. That man's name was Sting. Later on, they formed the Police.
And made
Don't
history.
Stand So Close to Me.
Yep.
One of my favorite songs. I got a lot of
Don't
favorites.
stand so close to
What
me.
the 70s were a magnificent decade.
They were lot of great music. I'm sorry you were only three, but
Yeah, I had to
some of
catch
us
up.
some of us were around. I won't say any more than that. In 1980, we're moving ahead. U2 played their first show in the US when they performed at the Ritz Ballroom in New York City. That is impressive. That anything with the name Ritz doesn't sound like U2, but it sounds wonderful. I didn't even know about them back in the day.
I
So
don't know much about the Ritz. I pretty much stop at Fred Astaire singing "Putting on the Ritz."
oh yeah,
I
that's
guess
right.
that's all I need.
That's all you need. And whenever I play Words with Friends at night, I have about 50 games going with people I've never met around the world. And anytime a T and a Z line up on my little, on the virtual Scrabble line I have of tiles, I'm always looking for Ritz or Ditz or something like that
I just
because
learned something new about you. We need to connect. I've been globally ranked on Words with Friends for 10 years.
I would love to do that. I have 25 games with a woman named Lynn. Last initial B. I have never met her. She's in the UK. I have 10 games with a gentleman, a young man named Jason, and last initial S, who's in Southern California. And then I've got assorted games with Madeline the Great, Maddie the Great, and then Madeline, and then Jackie with a Quie. And then I have George and somebody named Christopher stopped playing with me because he figured out I was using a helper app to get better words and he got annoyed, so he
Oh,
dropped.
well, if you're going to cheat, then I don't want to play.
I don't cheat. I just make myself available to all kinds of new words. That's all. I'm just very smart about it.
That's what we call it. Yeah, all right.
Rescue me. What happened in 1984?
84, the action comedy film Beverly Hills Cop, starring The one and only Eddie Murphy debuts in theaters. He's got a really funny Netflix documentary. Check it out right now. The hit soundtrack to that movie, which wins a Grammy, features tunes from Patti LaBelle with New Attitude and Stir It Up. The Pointer Sisters came in with Neutron Dance. Glenn Fry, The Heat Is On, and you probably didn't know this man's name, but you know the song. Harold Faltermeyer gave us Axel F.
I
Dun, 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 dun,
I
dun,
did know his
dun, dun, dun.
name,
That's all.
but I gotta tell you, Patti LaBelle's New Attitude is one of my key songs, and you're going to be doing my Cool Dude show with me next week.
That's right.
And my
Looking forward
list of
to
songs, Patti LaBelle is on my list of songs, so you'll hear me
it.
talk about that. That was some album. Can you imagine getting all those people? I love Beverly Hills Cop. I've seen the movie several times. Eddie Murphy just rocks and rules it. But to have all of those people on one album, that's like the greatest of that era. Just
It was
unreal.
a magnificent soundtrack. I have a handful of soundtracks that I call perfect soundtracks. Purple Rain being one of them.
Uh-huh.
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou being another.
Oh.
I never considered Beverly Hills Cop though. I gotta re-listen.
See what you learned by coming on my show. This is a,
Quite a
well,
bit.
we're not doing lunch, but it's a something to learn. Okay, 2003, we're moving way ahead, almost how many years? 20 years? Coldplay frontman I put this in there just for kicks. Chris Martin married Gwyneth Paltrow. Why? He met her backstage at one of his concerts. Well, the marriage lasted 13 years, which is probably a pretty long time for a Hollywood entertainment couple. And they consciously coupled and then they consciously uncoupled. And Gwyneth is in her own planet now. Okay, you've got the next one.
2008, the musical biopic Cadillac Records premiered in the U.S. theaters with Beyonce starring in the role of Etta James. Now, I love that movie. I thought the movie was great. Beyonce sang a house on fire in that movie. I had no idea. Today is the first day I'm learning she played Etta James in that movie. I had
There
no
you
idea.
go. And you know what? I think Jay-Z's birthday was yesterday.
Oh,
And
okay.
I forgot that his last name, his real last name is Carter. And that's why Beyonce goes by Beyonce Knowles Carter. Because
Okay. Well,
Jay-Z's real name is Carter. His last name is Carter. In 2012, Alicia Keys, also one of my favorites, scored her fifth number one. She wasn't satisfied with one, two, three, or four. She had to have a fifth number one on the Billboard chart. And what a song, Girl on Fire. That should be one of my songs for the Cool Dude Show. I'll have to put that in. And you've got one more here the
yeah, I'm
same
still
day.
waiting on Alicia Keys to answer my DMs. In 2012, jazz pianist Dave Brubeck died one day before his 92nd birthday. 92 years old is a heck of a run.
Do you remember any of his music?
Yes, I do. I used to spin jazz and back in the middle '90s at a radio station, and I was introduced to Dave Brubeck.
You remember Take Five?
Take Five is the song.
Da 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 dum da da da
Mhm. Yep,
dum da 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 dum. I got the
yep,
sheet
yep.
music when I was playing piano years ago, and it was so hard to figure out that beat from the
Mm,
sheet music. It was just very, very, I think it was a 5/7 beat, very unusual, but what a song. I think his Darius or Dario, his son, was in the band later on, and I
okay.
don't know if it still exists, but yeah, I was introduced to Dave Brubeck by a young man I was dating in summer camp one year, and we didn't have CDs and we didn't have cell phones. Let me leave that one alone. That's the end of our music history. Let's move on. We have some celebrity birthdays, and I'm going to start off the first one. This is interesting. I don't think any of us ever heard of this young man, but before he won the first time a youngest male actor won at age 15 an Emmy. His name is Owen Cooper. He's all of 16 years old today, very sweet 16. His breakthrough role was in a very serious movie this year. Jamie Miller, he played a 13-year-old boy arrested on suspicion of murdering a girl in his school. It was a 2025 British TV crime drama called Adolescence. And he starred. He has an Instagram account, Asprey. He's only got 1.1 million followers. Well, my goodness, he's young. He's just
Oh, is that
starting
all?
out. That's all. He posts about his acting career and his appearances. Obviously, he has a good fan club. He is already scheduled to play a young Heathcliff in Emerald Fennell's film production of Wuthering Heights
Oh,
next
wow.
year with Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. Wow, this kid is on his way, isn't he?
Yep, yep, yep. Heathcliff, hey, he had a tough life.
Yeah, yep.
That, that,
So
that's a, that's a That's a tough way to get into the business playing Heathcliff, man.
Isn't it? But you
I
know
hope he
what?
gets a happier role.
But Owen Cooper is a charmed young man, and I wonder if he can even go to school at 16 if he's featured in major films like this. These
He'll
must
have
take.
enough money to find a way.
You're absolutely right. Happy birthday, Owen Cooper. You've got the next one. Another who was a very young kid when we got famous.
Happy birthday, Frankie Muniz. He was age 40, actor who starred in television, Malcolm in the Middle.
Yep.
He had lead roles in film, Agent Cody Banks and Big Fat Liar, and played Lucas Stevens in the film Sharknado 3. Oh, hell no. That wasn't me. That's the name of the book. That's the name of the movie. That was in 2015. And in 2018, he became the host of Dancing with the Stars Juniors.
What?
Yeah, I never heard of that. He put his acting career on hold in 2008 to pursue car racing, open wheel racing. And in 2023, he announced that he'll be competing in the NASCAR ARCA series, ARCA. I hope I'm saying it right.
You
Everything I know
certainly
about
did.
NASCAR could fit inside a baby ant's diaper. So
I didn't know baby ants had diapers, but thank you for that. Was never a big fan of Malcolm in the Middle. It just didn't
oh,
resonate with me. But
really?
Frankie Muniz is obviously still going strong and doing what he loves to do. Happy birthday at 40. The next one is an actress you may never have heard of, but she caught my attention. I'll tell you, she is Amy Acker, Acker. She's 49. She was a regular on Angel, Alias, and Dollhouse. I don't know if that's all one series or three different series. I just copied the names. But on Person of Interest in 2012, which was a very strange, very scary TV series, she played Root, a very strange and scary woman. And that's where I saw her first. Person of Interest is about all of the cameras everywhere we go, every city block, every built, don't even. And I watched it for years, but Amy Acker played this very, very, shall we say, complex character. We'll leave it at that. I didn't know that she was a trained dancer before she became an actress, ballet, modern, and jazz dance for 13 years. So, Amy Acker, I remember you, and that's why you made my list. So, happy birthday at 49. I don't know what she's doing now, but you can call her, okay? If Beyonce won't DM you, Aspry, maybe you could call Amy Acker, okay?
Well, yeah, you nailed it when you said I didn't know anything about it because that's the first I've heard of it. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
it's
got
that.
you got
Now,
the next one.
uh, Paula Patton, speaking of women who don't answer my DMs, at age 50, happy birthday, Paula Patton, actress who played Carter in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol and appeared in the 2009 Oscar-winning film Precious, the film Baggage Claim, and she also starred in Warcraft. Pre-fame, before all that, living across the street from 20th Century Fox, inspired by her, it inspired her to seek a career as an actress and a public television documentary producer.
Didn't
One
know
of her
that.
first jobs in entertainment business was production assistant on Howie Mandel's talk show. Now, to get deeper into her business, she was also married to Robin Thicke from 2005 to 2014. Oh, Robin Thicke, taking my dreams and just throwing them away. How dare you?
There was some scandals involved, if I remember, when
Yeah, I
he
remember that well.
blurred lines. Yes, and he was blurring an awful lot of lines when he made that video and did that song, but nobody could stop singing that song. Do you remember? It was just that rhythm was just bouncing around in our heads, at least in mine, for a long, long time. I wasn't even interested in the video, just the song. It just grabbed everybody. Let's move on. Catherine Tate is 56 today. She played the recurring character Donna Noble. Those of you, like my friend Mary, who are fans of Doctor Who, Donna Noble was the companion of the 10th and 14th Doctors, both played by the actor David Tennant, and she appeared in 2006 from 2008 to 2010 and again in 2023. In 2011, in between all of this on Doctor Who, she was cast as Nellie Bertram on The Office. Wow! And became a series regular soon after. She also starred in her own sketch comedy show called What Else? The Catherine Tate Show, where her most famous characters were Bernie the Irish nurse, I can't even imagine, Jumpy Margaret, who apparently was based on her mom, and Spoiled Aga Saga. Okay. Happy birthday, Catherine Tate. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, big Doctor Who fan. I do write fantasy books. It's a no-brainer. Nerd Central here. So I do remember her from Doctor Who. I'm gonna not to be a Debbie Downer here, but I felt like she was a little miscast in The Office.
Interesting. Okay. I never really watched The Office, but I'm a big fan of Steve Carell. So if I ever get around to it, I'll look for Nellie Bertram. What did Nellie Bertram do in The Office? Do you remember?
She played she played like some kind of all I remember from her character is that she assumed the leadership role out of nowhere just by walking in the door, and everybody just bobbed their heads to her. And then until somebody came in and took the job from her, it was weird. It was a weird time.
Some people just have that effect. You've got the next birthday. I thought you would enjoy this one, even though it's a little bit sad. Go ahead. Who's our in memoriam birthday today? Asprey?
Okay. 1932 to 2020, he was 87 years old, the architect of rock and roll. Richard Wayne Penniman, aka Little Richard, was
Oh,
an American singer, songwriter, and pianist. He thrived in the mid 50s with his charismatic showmanship and up-tempo dynamic music, uh, kicking those piano keys with frenetic, pounding backbeats and powerful, raspy vocals. Laid the foundation for rock and roll and soul and funk. Tutti Frutti was a 1955 hit, one of his signature songs, an instant chart on the US and UK boards. And his next single, Long Tall Sally, 1956, my favorite Little Richard song, by the way, hit
really?
number one on the Billboard Rhythm and Blues best-selling chart, following 15 more songs, hits in less than 3 years. In
Wow.
62, after a 5-year hiatus, concert promoter Don Arden persuaded him to tour Europe, and the Beatles opened for Richard on some tour dates. Now,
Wow.
Little Richard was among the first, this should be known here, that Little Richard was among the first group of musicians inducted into the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 86.
Wow. So Long Tall Sally was your favorite. I like them all, but I love Tutti Frutti. Oh, Rudy, Tutti Frutti. There was something frenetic. You mentioned that word.
Yep.
And back in raspy vocals, he just rocked the music. He was inside. Can I say that he was just inside the music? He just did early rock and roll, as you said, the architect of rock and roll, a real leader. He walked in the room and we knew rock and roll was there, right?
He was one of those guys.
Yeah, one of those guys just walked into the room. Okay, I'm thinking of a Carly Simon song. Let's go do our social media stars. We've got four. I'm going to take two. You're going to take two. On YouTube, we have a very young person. His name is Kian, Kian, maybe Kian Hyatt with an I, not a Y. He is 16 years old today, the same age as Owen Cooper. Uh, our young Kian has 5 million plus subscribers. He is a chef. Asprey. He started cooking when he was 11, which was 5 years ago. He posts cooking videos. Oh, well, this sounds like it's time for dinner. Steak, spaghetti carbonara. I don't eat red meat, so you can have that, and I'll take the spaghetti. Cottage pie, an In-N-Out inspired burger. I think that's from a movie somewhere. French toast. I'm going to have some for lunch. And the Chinese street snack, orange tanghulu. Have you ever had that?
No, never heard of it.
Neither did I. Anyway, happy birthday, Kian Hyatt. You've got the next one.
All right, so TikTok. This is Max with two X's, Catley with one Y. Age 25, 2 million plus followers. He and I are different that way. Lip sync content creator who posts videos set to songs and dialogue from TV and movies. From here in the beyond, Milli Vanilli, you're looking at this guy with angry faces.
I love your commentary. On Instagram, we have a young lady. They're all so damn young. We have a 27-year-old today. Her name is Krutika, Krutik, the Mermaid's Scale. That was actually, I printed it as 3 words, but it was all together. Krutika, the Mermaid Scale. She has only 17 million plus fans in total on so many accounts, I couldn't even fit them all on the page. But Asprey, you're sitting down, I can tell. She has over 1 billion likes. 1 billion. I didn't know these platforms could even count that high. She's an Instagram star, but she's here on this list for Instagram. She's a YouTuber. She's a TikTok. She's known for, oh, fashion and makeup and cosplay and skits and more lip sync. Channel Milli Vanilli back again. Her popularity has led to her amassing 17 million fans and 1 billion likes and just all over the place. She posts comedic short videos on YouTube like remove the third letter of your name for a game hashtag shorts video. What would you do if you removed the last? The third letter of your name. What would you have?
Aspry.
Mine would be Bony.
Aspry Joe's.
Mine would be Bony. I'll just leave that one alone. Okay, rescue me. You've got the last star here. What you got?
I've got Rachel Rigler. I guess that's her name.
Yep.
Going back to TikTok here, age 25 with 1.2 million followers and 8 million views. Come on, Rachel, pick it up, babe. All right. She's lip sync, dance, and beauty content creator who showcases new products and reviews. One of the first videos is set to music by Gloria Gaynor.
I will survive.
There you go. I will survive. She performed a viral TikTok dance to Britney Spears' Give Me More with 8 million plus views of her TikTok asking her fans what they think of a new makeup product.
Okay, there's more. Do you see a pattern of lip syncing here? We have to give them all. You know what? Because we're having such a good time, we're going to play this. There we go. It's just, and then we'll give them a regular. And then we're going to have a little gasp here. And then we're going to have a little whistle. Okay, that's the end of that. Okay, we didn't want to do the woo-woo trombone. We're going into the wacky holiday segment, and I'm going to start off with one. We're still going to take turns, and then Aspry has the start for the second holiday, which is probably the more important one. But let's start off with National Sacher Torte Day. Those of you who've never heard of it, I'm going to tell you. It ranks among the most celebrated culinary creations in Vienna. It's chocolate sponge cake. I know Aspry's listening now. With chocolate glaze, he's still listening, with an interior layer of apricot jam under the glaze or in between two sponge layers. And there's a big debate apparently around the world, Aspry, on how many layers of sponge cake it really has. The cake is served at the Hotel Sacher and Demel pastry shop in Vienna, if you ever go there. In the 20th century, those two places battled over the ownership of the cake and whether it should have, as I said, one or two layers of sponge, but they both kept their recipes secret. Aspry, can you DM them and see if they can tell us? The cake's ingredients always include butter, chocolate, eggs, not in that order, I promise you, flour and sugar, and Hotel Sacher serves the cake with whipped cream. You said you're not a fan of whipped cream?
Not too much.
All right, I'll take it.
They probably wouldn't answer my DMs anyway.
I'll take the whipped cream. Okay, you're going to start us off in 1832 with how did this all come about? Give us some history.
1832, this happened. A huge fan of novel dishes. All right, get ready. Austrian State Chancellor Prince Clemens Lothar Wenzel von Metternich, there's a name for you, ordered the creation of a new cake.
Thou shalt make anew the cake. Okay, I had to do that. Yeah.
With the head chef out sick, the kitchen staff had no idea what to prepare.
Oh, no.
And then apprentice pastry chef, the 16-year-old Franz Sacher? Okay. Sacher gathered the available ingredients and created what has become a famous chocolate cake. We've been talking about it. Sacher went on to run several restaurants and cafes after that.
Can you imagine at 16 being in charge at the moment when the chancellor, the prince, says, "Thou shalt make a new cake, surprise me, cheer me up, honor me, just do something fabulous." The 16-year-old, yeah, we got a little bit of chocolate, we got a little butter. Let's get some flour. Okay, everybody start mixing this up. I'll put this in. And he makes something that becomes world famous. Can you imagine? But I will tell you that, yes. Okay. He went on to be famous as the owner of restaurants and cafes. But in 1876, his son, Edouard, we're talking French here, opened a luxury hotel in Vienna with the family name. And the Sacher torte became the staple, of course, the dessert famously served at the Sacher Hotel. You go next.
Well, sadly, Edouard ended up dying, and his wife, Anna Sacher, took over management of the hotel. Famous for her love of cigars and dogs, Anna Sacher transformed it into a hotspot for diplomats, aristocrats, and socialites.
So the men in the family made the cake famous, but she said, let's get some stogies there and let's get some woof woofs there and let's make it something that's really, really a cool place to be. I thought that was very interesting. So,
like
Sacher, there you go. Anna was the queen of this whole thing, as far as I'm concerned. Sacher Torte Day was created to celebrate the dessert. Food lovers worldwide can testify to the superb taste of what many call the best chocolate cake ever. Have you ever had Sacher Torte? heard about it?
Never heard of it, but I'm
Oh,
going to Vienna, I guess. I'm kind of a travel file. I can't wait.
there you're going to have Sasha Tour. You're going to go to the Hotel Sasha. You're going to say Bonnie D told you all about it. Admirers love to enjoy this yummy holiday every year. I think we can enjoy it any time of the year. What a treat! You're going to start the next holiday, which is delicious in a different way. So, what do you have?
Are we talking about National Blue Jeans Day?
We are.
Okay, here we go. All right. 1873, on May 20th, Taylor Jacob Davis and businessman Levi Strauss obtained patent number, here it is, 139121 from the US Patent and Trademark Office. This patent allowed them to place metal rivets in men's work pants for the first time ever. The blue jeans, as we came to know them, were born that day, and Davis and Strauss did not invent blue jeans, however.
Ah.
They were the first ones to produce them as waist overalls commercially in the US.
There you go. There's Levi Strauss. I guess Jacob Davis didn't get his name on the product. From ranch hands to railroad workers, factory employees to farmers, waist overalls were like a uniform for the working class American. I think they still are for a lot of people today. Workers loved them. Why? The dark indigo color hid the stains when they were working with oil and dirt. Mom didn't have to wash them that often. And they were doing a lot of hard work. And these jeans were denim was so sturdy that they endured the rigors of manual labor, whatever these people were doing. Oh, go ahead. You've got the next one.
I'll take the next one. These jeans are made for riding. Jeans slowly went mainstream in the 1930s thanks to Western films and cowboys in jeans. Ordinary Americans began to embrace this blue collar outfit as part of their everyday fashion. They and I are alike that way.
There you go. I don't wear jeans anymore, but I wore them for a time, very briefly. I wear what you see. In 1950s, denim jeans were seen as what? Nonconformist. That's interesting because in the 30s, you just told us they went mainstream and all of a sudden jeans were like, okay, I'm not belonging to your group. The iconic but straightforward blue jeans and white shirt. Now we have the whole outfit. Combination went mainstream, but it was seen as synonymous with James Dean, the actor in Rebel Without a Cause, and Marlon Brando in so many other movies. American youths jumped on the bandwagon, but it was mostly men who wore jeans. And guess who one of the first women in the entertainment field to wear jeans? None other than Brigitte Bardot in
Aha.
1957. So she was a trendsetter. I'm confused why they say it was nonconformist, yet all the boys were wearing them with the white shirts. I'm not sure what that means, but still mainstream. So a lot of people were wearing them and said, I'm nonconformist. I'm not part of your group. Look at me with my jeans and my white shirt. Do you think, Asprey, does that make sense?
I think so. It was a thing back then, especially with the quote unquote greasers. If movies are to be my reference point.
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm totally aware of breeches. I know about dungarees,
Yeah.
but it was around what 1960. There was a name change. The baby boomers picked it up, started calling them jeans, changing the name of the clothing formerly known as waist overalls. Like Prince, they had a little symbol.
Asprey, I have not heard the word dungarees in probably 20, 30, 40 years.
There you
Thank
go. I'm giving you something now.
Thank you for that. I know it, but I haven't heard it, and it's not here. In the mid 1960s, we're in the same time frame. Jeans shifted to the flared bottom. Everybody remembers bell bottoms, and here we are. Cher, Jimi Hendrix, Mick Jagger. They helped to make the style famous. I wore bell bottoms. I remember that was all that you wanted. Pea jacket. Remember the pea coats, the blue
Yes.
wool coat with the big buttons, and you put the collar up against the wind, or even if there wasn't any wind. And bell bottoms. I wore those. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't remember doing that, but there are pictures.
Take
In the
my word.
1980s, we're going to jump 20 years. Jeans were considered unisex. Variations in style, patterns, colors, and sizes were numerous. Waist overalls made a brief comeback for some reason or another, albeit as a fashion statement and not for practicality at all.
Ah,
Today, almost all types of jeans coexist, rare for clothing and a testament to the versatility of denim.
absolutely.
Sounds like the 80s.
It does. And in the 90s, we had baggy jeans. We gave up on the bell bottoms and we went to baggy, thanks to the influence of hip hop artists who wore big clothes. I'm not sure why. Probably easier to move around on stage when you had oversized clothes. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I hate to kick kids off my lawn, but I just never vibed to that stuff.
I gotcha. You're going to close this one out. What you got the last one?
Early 2000s, it was the rise of skinny jeans. Jeans take on a slimmer, body-hugging style with darker colors. Anybody wearing skinny jeans, I refuse to answer their DMs.
There you go. Let's dance our way out of this one. Aspry, you were delicious. Thank you. Delightful. I'll take the whipped cream, but you got to share the Dasher tort with me, okay?
Got it.
I'll see you next week on Cool Dude. And you already
Looking
proved you
forward to
are.
it.
You proved you are. You are my cool dude. Shine. Smile. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, da, 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 ba, 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 da. We're going to lower the music a little bit and say bye to everybody. And you can go ahead and wave goodbye to Facebook, Aspry, wave goodbye to LinkedIn, wave